Hello, my friends. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. This is Jennifer. I have a lot to share today, so let's get to it. I showed you guys last week that I was working on another embroidered Christmas tree. I made one in 2020 and I made another one this year, full size for my husband. And this is it assembled. I did do a separate video that I posted last week of putting this together. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description. You can also just find it on my YouTube channel. It's about a 3.5-minute video. And this is another OESD design. Again, not sponsored. I like their designs. They have some really great Christmas stuff. And this specifically was Scrappy Batiks. And I do list all the threads and things that I used in the separate video. My husband has a little shelf that sits behind him in his office, so when he's on Zoom calls, you can see his decorations, and that is where this has been living. I also mentioned last week the fundraiser for Jules's daughter, Miss Phoebe. She is going to study abroad next year, and we're doing a little bit to try to help raise her some money. This was 100% Jules's idea. I'm just participating. It was really important to me to be able to contribute in some way to her fundraiser. So I made some fabric baskets for her, and I'm going to let last week me tell you about that. Hey guys, it is actually last week for you, and I just want to jump in and show you some of the things that I've been making for the fundraiser for Jules's daughter's study abroad trip. I had an idea and I decided to jump on it and do it, and I had it done in just a few hours. So by the time you see this, I will have already sent these off to Jules. I've shared with you guys before how much I love to make fabric baskets, and I've sort of tweaked and changed the way I do this over the last year or so, and I made a whole bunch. So here we go. As you can see, they're all different and all ready to go. I'm going to pack those up and get them in the mail. So by the time you see this, those should be on the fundraiser page available for sale. All of those were obviously made by me. And I will be having a tutorial tomorrow here on YouTube, a really short one on how to make these baskets. It's not a new idea. It's not an original idea, but this is how I do it. I always tend to, like, after I've made something a few times, I end up tweaking it to work best for me. So that's what I'll be sharing tomorrow. If you guys want a really quick, easy, ready-made gift, or just something for you, a little something for you that will go to a good cause, that fundraiser link will be in the description. Next up is the blouse that I'm wearing. I actually thrifted this last week. I bought it for a party that was going to celebrate, like a year-end party that was celebrating people where my husband worked that were celebrating big anniversaries. Like this was his 10th year with the company. And so everyone that had like a 10 or a 15 year, that kind of thing, they were all invited to a dinner. And I had purchased this. I went thrifting and I did what I call power thrifting, which is I go really fast and then I grab 2 or 3 things and I just buy them and I go home, because Savers does not have changing rooms. So you can't just try things on and decide that way. You can exchange things, but you can't try them on. So I got 3 things. I went home, I washed them, and then the next day I was getting dressed and I was planning to wear this top with a red sweater, and I went to put it on and I buttoned the sleeves, and one of the sleeves was 2 inches shorter. Someone had mended the shirt. The way they had mended it was they had taken it and they had folded it down and then stitched across. So when I took that out, what I found was there were several holes in the sleeve. It looks to me like it got caught in something and it just ripped several places. The rest of the shirt, there was a little hole in the other cuff, but the rest of the shirt was totally fine. Everything else was totally fine. And I paid $4 for this blouse. It's beautiful. It's 100% linen, and I wanted to fix it. So I did not wear it to the party, but the next day I just did some thinking and decided to do some visible mending, and this is what I did. I used my embroidery machine and I machine appliqued. These are leaves. I did those over the hole and I just sort of free-formed it and I did some flowers. And there's one flower on the other side just to add a little balance. So there's a little flower there. And here, this is a little ladybug. And I love the way it came out, guys. This is my favorite mending that I've ever done for myself. I love to fix things. I love to mend things. I love to, you know, I mean, last week I showed you guys the TARDIS pillow. I love to give things more life, but I haven't done something like this for myself in a while, and I adore it. Like I said, this was a $4 blouse, and it's gorgeous, and now it has a lot more wear. I will put links in the description to the applique designs that I used for this top. Next up was another little embroidery job, and this has a quick story. So my eldest kid loves 45s, as in like vinyl 45s, singles. And, you know, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so I had lots of albums and singles and that kind of thing. And I am just tickled that they love vinyl so much. Both of my kids actually really like vinyl. So I thrifted a whole bunch of 45s for almost nothing. I've cleaned them up, I've put them in sleeves, and I am going to be giving my kiddo this, which is a coaster design from Urban Threads. This is fabric, and I love how it came out. And so the presentation will be this. So I just used a little masking tape to hold this inside of a 45 sleeve, and then this will be part of their gift with the other albums. And I'm telling you guys this because I know my kids do not watch my videos because it's too weird for them, so they're not going to get spoiled. Very last thing is a little bit of a nostalgia. I was going through some old Christmas craft and cookbooks. I had a very dear aunt who was just an amazing powerhouse of a woman, and she collected everything Southern Living, and she gave me this book. This is the Christmas with Southern Living 1981. I'm sure I've gone through it before, but I haven't looked at it in years. I dug it out and I was just flipping through books just for fun, thinking maybe I'll do some crafts from some of my old books, maybe I'll make some cookies, whatever. And I found something that I need to share with the Talk to Me Tuesday family, which is this calico Christmas tree. And here's your chart. See how these are supposed to be 1 inch each. So this makes a pretty large Christmas tree. The reason I'm sharing this is the last like 3 or 4 years, starting with our very own Genie payment, most of the Talk to Me Tuesdays are made one of these trees from a free tutorial on the internet, and it just tickled me pink to see this in this book. Like, I knew it was an old design because I grew up seeing them, which is kind of why all of us ended up making them in the first place, but I just wanted to share this book with that design. There's a lot of other fun stuff in here, so if you're feeling a little stumped and you want to make some holiday things, maybe check out a book from your library or check your own library. I wanted to leave you guys with this. I was thinking that at the end of the year, I want to do sort of an end of year wrap up. So if you have any questions, you want me to talk about any projects, you have any questions about me, leave them in the comments and maybe I'll put them in a video. Whatever it is you want to know, if I've talked about something in the past and you want some follow up on it, just whatever, let me know in the comments and I will check those out and put a video together for you guys. Hey guys, I'm editing and I wanted to jump in and say a huge thank you to Georgia, also known as Cranky Rat, for a massive end of year coffee donation. I really appreciate it. It was so kind of you, and I'm sending you big hugs from my heart. That's it. You guys have a wonderful week. Have a crafty week. Take a minute to breathe, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Is that right? Oh my goodness. Hi. What do you think? Okay.